A seminar on ICT policies and safety issues in learning. The following topics will be discussed by BSED Filipino, Block D, Group Number 25.
So today I'm talking about the ICT policies and safety precautions for students who are using technologies and internet for educational purposes. So information and communication technologies can impact students' learning when teachers are digitally literate and understand how to integrate into curriculum. Schools use a diverse set of ICT tools to communicate, create, disseminate, and store and manage information. ICT includes products that are store, process, transmit, convert, duplicate, or receive electronic information. Examples are software products, applications and operating system, web-based information applications such as distance learning, telephones and other telecommunication products, video equipment, and multimedia products that may be distributed on videotapes, CDs, DVDs, email, or World Wide Web. Office such as photocopiers and fax machines, calculators, and computer hardware. Electronic textbooks, instructional software, email, chat, and distance learning programs are also examples of ICT. What is ICT policy? ICT policy is a policy put into place by governments and stakeholders who are committed to the process of bringing digital technology to all individuals and communities so that they can have access and information. We can learn in impact of information and communication technologies in the advancement and empowerment.
So why is it important to protect our children away from the risk of technology and internet? So internet safety for children comes up as a top priority when children browse the web. It is important to guide and protect them away from dangers such as obscenity, malwares, scams, cyberbullying, invasion of privacy, identity theft, and etc. So these are the following safety precautions for the students who are using technologies and internet for educational purposes. First, spend time online with your children and explore different sites together. So gikinahanglan jud ang patnubay at gabay ng mga magulang sa kanilang mga anak sa pag-open sa mga nagkalain-laing sites. Kay karong panahon na daghan na kaayo mga sites nga makadaot sa atong kabatanunan. So second is, help children use the internet in a valuable way, such as for research or gaining knowledge. So always remind your children that use internet in a good way or for educational purposes, dili kay sa kabuang, because it's better to gain knowledge than enemy. Third, keep yourself updated with the changing times, which is to learn the basic about blogging and chatting, message boards, YouTube, or anything that touches the nerve of the younger generation. Fourth, make your children aware of the danger of interacting with strangers online. So dapat pahimangnuan ng mga bata kung unsa kadelikado ang pakipag-interact sa mga tawa nila mailhi online. Share and discuss your both positive and negative experience when using an internet. So you are going to discuss or share about based on your experience kung unsa ang makaayo o benefit nga makuha sa paggamit sa internet o unsa pud ang makadaot sa paggamit sa internet. 6. Encourage children to treat others in the same manner online as they would in real life. So as a parent, it is very good to encourage your children to be good to others even if online. So last, make your children aware of the dangers in providing personal details on the internet. So as a parent, you must have to aware your children not to post a lot of details and information about yourself in the internet in order to be safe.
And now, let's proceed to the next topic. Our next topic is all about technology rules for every classroom. These rules aims to give the students the freedom to use the new tools in education without abusing the privilege. So in our team, we have 10 rules that students should be followed. Rule number 1, only visit approved internet site, because nowadays, browsing on the internet is a wide range of gathering information. That's why students should know what's the appropriate internet site that they should use when browsing to the internet. Rule number 2, never give out your personal information. Students nowadays may not understand the real meaning of keeping their personal information privately. And this rule should be clear to avoid the issues. Rule number 3. Tell your teachers if you see something uncomfortable or inappropriate, especially cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is rampant in the internet. And if you students feel uncomfortable with it, you can tell your teachers, and you teachers also should guide your students and give them knowledge about how to overcome the unnecessary situation, especially when they encounter cyberbullying in the internet. Rule number 4, never download anything without teacher's permission. So whether it's an app or a file, downloading something that has a virus could put your gadgets at risk. Rule number 5, leave your workplace as you found it.
Thank you for that, Miss Dizon. So now let's continue to number 6. Number 6. Print only if you have permission. Students may see an image they love, get excited, and want to print it. You may not have a printer in your classroom, but if you do, this rule is a must. So dapat dili ta mag-print unnecessary things, dapat for academic purposes only. So number 7, never change settings without permission. This is especially important for safety things that block certain websites and control antivirus protection. Dapat dili ta magpasagad og change sa settings sa computer sa atong classroom or safety purposes. Number 8, please device on charge with not in use, especially in a private school. So remind your students, if you want to use the tablets tomorrow, they need to be charged. This is a must-have rule. Number 9, touch the mouse and keyboard gently. Kids may not yet know how to handle expensive technology. Remind them that slamming the keyboard and mouse or touching the screen are not acceptable uses of these tools and will result in the loss of technology privileges. Number 10, do not eat or drink near devices. This is a common rule to everyone. So this is another rule that may not come naturally to your students. Remind them that spilling a drink on their keyboard could break it, and therefore they will no longer be able to use it.
Thank you for that, Mr. Intaligando. Now, our next topic is about legal, ethical, and societal issues in media and information. Republic Act Number 10175, or the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012, is a law in the Philippines approved on September 12, 2012, which aims to address legal issues concerning online interactions and the Internet. Among the cybercrime offenses included in the bill are the cyber squatting, cybersex, child pornography, identity theft, illegal access to data, and libel. Cyber. Cyber means relating to or involving computers or computer networks, such as the Internet. Cyberspace. This refers to the virtual computer world, and more specifically is an electronic medium used to form a global computer network to facilitate online communication. Next is cybercrime. Cybercrime refers to the criminal activities carried out by means of computers or the Internet. Cyberbullying. So it is the use of electronic communication to bully a person, typically by sending message of an intimidating or threatening nature. Hacking. This refers to the practice of modifying or altering computer software and hardware to accomplish a goal that is considered to be outside of the creator's original objective. Hacking. Those individuals who engage in computer hacking activities are typically referred to as hackers. Phishing. It is the attempt to obtain sensitive information such as usernames, passwords, and credit card details, often for malicious reasons, by disguising as a trustworthy entity in an electronic communication. Illegal downloading. So illegal downloading refers to the obtaining of files that you don't have the right to use from. Next one is digital piracy. Digital piracy is the practice of illegally copying and selling digital music, video, computer software, and etc. Next is identity theft. It is the deliberate use of someone else's identity, usually as a method to gain a financial advantage or obtain credit and other benefits in the other person's name, and perhaps to other person's disadvantage or loss. Next is cyber defamation. It is unprivileged false statement of fact which tends to harm the reputation of a person or a company. So defamation has two types. The written one is called libel and the verbal is called slander. Next is cybersex. Cybersex, also called as computer sex, internet sex, net sex, or a virtual sex encounter in which two or more people send each other sexual explicit contents or sexually explicit acts. Next is child pornography. Child pornography is a form of child sexual exploitation. Cybersquatting is registering, trafficking in, or using an internet domain name with bad faith intent to profit from the goodwill of a trademark belonging to someone else. The cyber squatter then offers to sell the domain the person or company who owns the trademark contained within the name at an inflated price. Copyright, a legal device that gives the creator of a literacy, artistic, musical, or other creative work the sole right to publish and sell that work. Copyright owners have the right to control the reproduction of their work, including the right to receive the payment for the reproduction. And the violation of a copyright is called infringement. Next is plagiarism. Plagiarism is an act or instance of using or closely imitating the language and thoughts of another author without authorization. The representation of that author's work as one's own as by not crediting the original author. Fair use is a legal concept that allows the reproduction of a copyrighted material for certain purposes without obtaining permission and without paying a fee. Purposes permitting the application of fair use generally include review, news reporting, teaching, or scholarly research. Computer addiction. It is the excessive use of computers to the extent that it interferes with daily life. This excessive use may, for example, interfere with work or sleep, result in problems with social interaction, or affect mood, relationship, and thought processes. Next one is digital divide. It is an economic inequality between groups in terms of access to use of or knowledge of ICT. The divide within countries can refer to the inequalities between individuals, households, businesses, and geographic areas at different socioeconomic levels. Next is virtual self. It is the persona you create about yourself virtually. A great example for that is creating your own social media account, such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and many more. The last one is netiquette, the correct or acceptable way of communicating in the internet. We are all familiar about etiquette, and in technology, we also have proper etiquette, and it's called netiquette. Thank you everyone for listening, and I hope that you all learned a lot from our seminar today. That will be all, and thank you.